Hello YouTube, it's me, it's Michael B. Thank you so much for checking out the video, and today we got a ton of news to share with you as Arcade1Up has seen some confusion coming out of Best Buy with pre-orders on the Golden Tee 3D Deluxe cabinet 35th anniversary. Weird stuff was going on, like it was showing up as Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Now people's orders have apparently been canceled. Lots going on there. Well, I've got an update on that. On top of that, John Wick Pinball officially announced by Stern. We got our first look at the machine, and we're going to talk about that. Plus, people are pretty angry at a YouTuber who got to cover it. And then last but not least, we got some really fun Nintendo news to talk about today, because apparently the successor to the Nintendo Switch, after years of rumors, is finally going to be announced later this fiscal year. And on top of that, we got a brand new Nintendo World Championship game coming out, NES edition, and it even comes with a gold NES card. How cool is that? And I'm going to tell you more about it right after this. So that's right, guys, ton of news to talk about today. We got Arcade1Up confusion, we've got John Wick Pinball first look, plus community outrage, that's pinball community, and last but not least, oh my god, it's fun stuff. We're talking about the NES and a brand new Nintendo World Championships NES game. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate the support. If this is your first time to the channel, you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, all that YouTube jazz. Well, guys, after the announcement last week and months of rumors, John Wick Pinball from Stern has been officially unveiled. And, well, the community is kind of up in arms, because while it does look like a pretty cool looking pinball machine, people are really fixated on the fact that there's no guns, and we don't really know why. So, it's John Wick sans guns. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of John Wick, so I mean, this doesn't really matter to me. I'm just looking at the pinball game, pinball table, machine, whatever you want to call it, as it is, and it looks like a beautiful table with some really cool shots and neat features. But I would understand that if I'm a huge John Wick fan, and if guns are this massive component to John Wick, I watched the first movie, obviously I know they are, I would understand how you could be a little turned off. So guys, you can go check out the Stern website to learn more about John Wick. There's 3 models currently available: John Wick Pro, John Wick Premium, and a very limited edition John Wick Limited Edition. I can't remember exactly how many of these, something like 1,500. Let's go in and find out. It's actually only going to be 1,000 of the John Wick Limited Edition going to be available. So if you're a huge John Wick fan and you don't really care if there's guns or not, this may be the pinball machine for you. And of course, the Limited Edition has all the bells and whistles, everything you could possibly want. But it's even signed there. But you know, I'm not really a big Limited Edition guy. I love the playfield image of John Wick there. I know he's got the nunchucks and everybody's like, he should have guns. There's all the other people known to as assassin. I don't know much about the movie, so I can't really go into certain parts, but I love there in the background the city skyline. There's the Embassy Hotel. That's the guy that this guy here runs, or at least did in the first movie. That's the safe zone for the assassins. And then you've got all the other features. A couple people brought up that some of the ramps are very similar to other ramps in other games. I mean, that's not uncommon for Stern to reuse certain assets, but otherwise, this looks like a fun table. Looks like it could shoot well. I'm excited to try it out. So this game was designed by George Gomez. There's the 3 models you can take a look at. On screen now is the limited edition with that Pin Stadium lighting that looks so good. It uses official movie clips. I'm so stupid. But anyways, here you can see it in motion. It uses actual film clips, and you know, it looks like it's going to be a nice tie-in for John Wick fans. It's got some fun-looking ramps. It's got some fun mechs. I think you guys are going to dig it. If you're a George Gomez fan, this should be one you might want to check out. Now, it's always fun to look at the gameplay trailers that Stern actually put out, but it doesn't give you a real sense on how gameplay is. You want to see someone play it themselves, and luckily, a very familiar face to us had an opportunity to do just that. So as we all know, B is a part of the Stern marketing program where they're giving him pinball machines, trying to get pinball out to more people than just the hardcore enthusiasts. B had a chance to meet with Zach Sharp from Stern directly, where they got to go head-to-head playing some John Wick pinball and showing off some gameplay of the game. I'll include that video in the description down below if you want to go check out actual gameplay of John Wick before it's even been out in any bars or anything like that, before considering your pre-order or anything like that. Go check out B's video of him facing off against Zach Sharp on the brand new John Wick Premium Pinball. But not everybody was happy about B's awesome opportunity in getting to put out this excellent video. In fact, famed pinball podcaster Kaneda put a post up saying, "Raise a hand, pinheads. How many of you yesterday said, 'Who the hell is this guy?'" And then did a podcast where he kind of went aboard Stern for using somebody like B, and the community, yeah, they were all over it as well. People were pretty upset that somebody from outside or somebody new got a chance to do something like this. And in our space, I think that's called gatekeeping. I mean, often us YouTubers are accused of gatekeeping other smaller YouTubers with stuff about our Arcade1Up stuff, and there's champions in the community who like to bring up our gatekeeping ways. Let's see if any of them stand up and support B in this journey here in the pinball space and protect him from this gatekeeping. I bet you they won't, but we'll see. Anyways, poor old B got slaughtered by Kaneda, and, some of the comments down here were pretty funny, but this is my favorite one. Just give me a second here. Yeah, this is it here from Keith Collins. His video has 9 times as many views as Kaneda has Patreon members and 3.5 times as many views in a day as the last Saturday Spectacular. So I guess his question is, who the hell is Kaneda? B actually knows who Kaneda is very well. Was a big fan, so kind of a kick in the nuts for something like that to happen, right? Anyways, let's see if anybody has B's back. Feel free. I already did. I went into the video and said, "That's B. He's my friend, and he's a hell of a guy." Anyways, moving on, let's talk about Arcade1Up. And if you're a person who is excited for Golden Tee 3D Deluxe from Arcade1Up through Best Buy, well, I've got some news for you. I'm sure you already know this. This is old news, but I do have a little bit of an interesting update about it for those of you who are wondering. So you guys may remember when Best Buy originally put up the post for you to pre-order the Arcade1Up Golden Tee Deluxe cabinet. For some reason, it had a picture of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as the cab displayed with the link to pre-order Golden Tee, and everybody just assumed, well, it's a minor website glitch, right? Well, here's where it got even more confusing. People who did pre-order the cabinet, eventually the picture did change, like you could see here for the Golden Tee cabinet, but it came up as the Arcade1Up Marvel vs. Capcom 2 X-Men 97 Edition Deluxe Arcade Machine, but with the Golden Tee Deluxe image. And apparently they had changed the title on some people's orders, and then completely out of the blue, a lot of people were getting cancellation and refund notices for their order for Golden Tee Deluxe. On top of that, if you go into the original Best Buy link, which you can find through the Facebook groups, you will also notice that the original link is no longer there. You can't pre-order it. And if you go to the Arcade1Up website and check out the Golden Tee 3D 35th Anniversary Deluxe Arcade Machine, it now lists it as out of stock. So what is going on with Golden Tee? Well, I did get a response from Arcade1Up directly, and I did hear that everything that happened with the website at Best Buy was a technical issue, and they were working to resolve it, and it should be back in stock soon. And then Arcade1Up did put this post up on their Instagram yesterday saying, "Thank you for an amazing response to the Golden Tee Deluxe presale. Back in stock soon." Now, for those of you who don't want to wait until Arcade1Up and Best Buy figure out their stuff, you can still purchase a Arcade1Up Golden Tee 35th Anniversary Deluxe Arcade Machine right now through Kohl's, and we do like Kohl's because you get to save that Kohl cash. I knew people were concerned that Wayfair may be the only option, but no, you can in fact order it from Kohl's and of course get $100 Kohl's cash to use May 13th to 19th with your purchase. Always a good option. Now, last but not least, we've got some holy shit Nintendo news we've been waiting for to happen for forever. How many times have we seen an RGT85 video pop up about Switch 2 rumors? So many people all over the web making all these Switch 2 predictions or the Switch Successor. Well, it looks like we finally have some concrete info coming out of Nintendo directly. So the president of Nintendo, Furukawa, made an announcement there on Twitter the other day saying that they will make an announcement about the successor to the Nintendo Switch coming out later this fiscal year. He then went on to talk about the upcoming Nintendo Direct coming up this June, but did allude to the fact that this is not going to cover the Switch Successor. I like how he's setting up good expectations for people not to be upset at that Direct because it's not going to have the news, and that one's going to focus on the Switch, regular Switch software that's going to be released for the remainder of the year. No mention of the Switch 2. Good announcement from Furukawa, and now everybody can continue to do Switch 2 or Switch Successor videos, dreaming about what it might be, because now there's actually some hint of truth to it. But that wasn't the only news coming out of Nintendo this week. We're also getting a Nintendo World Championship NES edition, rekindling the love from the original 1990 Nintendo World Championship, focusing primarily on NES games and certain features of NES games, trials and challenges, kind of like a NES remix type game, but all about competition that you can pick up and own at home. Now, here's what's really badass about this Nintendo World Championship. Not only is the cart coming out so you can go through and play it, but it also comes with a deluxe set that has a ton of extra features, like 13 art cards. It's got its own book, and most importantly, check this out. I'm going to zoom in on this. Of course, it's going to be wonky and weird and not let me do it. But you get a gold Nintendo World Championship Edition card. Now, you're probably saying, what the hell does that matter? It even comes with a classic sleeve. Look at that. Oh, it has to actually do that. But why is a gold NES Championship cartridge even mean anything? It's just a prop, right? Well, for vintage NES fans and NES collectors, you may realize that the Nintendo World Championship is in fact the holy grail of NES collecting. It's the most rarest and most exciting title that you could possibly find. There was only 5 of these given away during the original 1990 Nintendo World Championships, popularized of course by this amazing video from the Angry Video Game Nerd and Pat the NES Punk years and years ago. So the fact that Nintendo's going back and, showing off their love and passion and history for the original 1990 Nintendo World Championships by offering a gold card is pretty exciting as a pack-in. Even though it's only a gimmick, it's exciting for us video game fans and collectors. So if you do want to get your hands on the NES Deluxe set to get all the swag we just talked about, and especially that gold NES card with dust sleeve, they're available for pre-order now through different retailers. It's going to be full price, the same as a full price NES game here in Canada. It's $79.99. Did I say NES full price Switch game? $79.99. Choose wisely if this is something you'll play. For me, I think it's fun, and the collector in me has got to have it. Anyways, guys, that's all the news and notes I have for you this week. Golden Tee fans, don't worry. That's going to be coming back to the brick relatively soon, and the Arcade1Up website will be updated. You'll find out where to get your Golden Tee, and if you don't want to wait, check out Kohl's and get some Kohl's cash back. On top of that, John Wick Pinball, like I said, check out the description below for a link to B Kong's video, and go support B. He doesn't deserve to be gatekeeped that way. He's a good guy. On top of that, we got huge Nintendo news. Of course, the Switch 2 Successor. You don't need to hear about it from me. You're going to hear about it from every other YouTuber in the entire world. But something I am super excited about, just from a collecting and fun nostalgia place, is the Nintendo World Championships NES Edition, and of course, that gold cart throw-in on the deluxe set. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of today's news video. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget, tell your friends about me. This is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time.